What's up, everybody? I'm Odysseus, and I am back with another financial breakdown. You guys really enjoyed the first one, so I'm doing one, but a little bit more relatable last time. The last one was a $15 million mansion, luxury, residential, but this one is a different client. He's got totally different goals and desires in mind, and something that could relate to a lot of you guys more. So when I talk to you guys and interact with you, a lot of you tell me, like, what are your financial goals? Well, financially, a lot of you want a quadplex right as your first property, because then you could also make money. It's not a financial liability to you. And when you move out after, say, a few years, you can rinse and repeat and do that with a different property. So I get the vision. I understand exactly what you guys are talking about, and I'm totally on the same page here. Now, this guy, his upper limit is $2 million. He does work in finance, or fintech, I should say. So he has about $400,000 saved. So let's see if this deal is actually going to pencil through. He has a $2 million property. Let's just say, for the hypothetical, a $2 million property, he's putting $400,000 down. So his loan amount is going to be for $1.6 million. Now, whenever you get a loan, normally a commercial loan is going to be a fixed rate. That means no matter if rates go up or down, the rate that you locked in when you sign that contract is the rate that you're stuck with for the next 30 years, unless you refinance, but we're not going to get into that. So 6% just for the easy math, and 360 months or about 30 years, just so you're aware. That's standard procedure. So for a $1.6 million loan, you can reasonably expect to pay $9,593 every single month, or the equivalent of $115,000 every single year. Now keep in mind, this does seem like a scary number for some of you, but this is not what you're paying. This is what your tenants are paying you. Well, it's actually what you're paying the bank, but you're not paying this, is the whole point. Now, let's just say he wants a quadplex, and now because he's looking within mid-city, West Hollywood area, those normally rent prices, we can safely, for a two-bedroom apartment, collect $3,000 of rent every single month. That's a quite reasonable number. It does depend on the area, but it's not terrible. $3,000. So I'm making about $12,000 every single month on this property. And that comes out to $144,000 annual rent. Now, this is the part that people don't know about and that all banks look for. And if you don't qualify for this number, for this one specific number that they're looking for, then oftentimes they're going to reject your loan, at least if it's a commercial loan. So it's called the DSCR ratio. This is the debt to service coverage ratio. What the hell does that even mean? So debt service. My debt service annually is $115,000. Debt service coverage. So how much of my annual rent covers my debt service? Okay? So $144,000. Well, all we do, it's super simple. It's $144,000 divided by $115,000. And once you do that, you're going to get a number, 1.115. Now, what the hell does that even mean? That means that my annual rent fits into my annual mortgage 1.115 times. So I'll be able to pay it back plus have 1.115 times of the annual mortgage amount in my pocket that I get to keep. But that's not good. You don't want this. You don't want 1.115. The number, the golden number that all of these banks look for is 1.25 DSCR coverage ratio. Boom, you want 1.25. So this technically right now is not a great deal for our boy. If he really wanted to stick to a $2 million property, then he would need to put down $600,000 instead of $400,000, and I'll tell you why. Because at $600,000, his monthly payments go down to about $8,500 every single month. Let's just say, just for the quick maths, we're just going to leave it at this simple number, $8,500, putting $600,000 down. So he is going to be making the same amount, but now his monthly mortgage is going to be just about $100,000 every single month. His DSCR is, say, 1.25. The bank loves this. The bank, if they see this, they're going to be, and if you literally show them this math, they're going to be like, wow, you know your stuff, we're going to invest in you. So this is the current situation that we're in. But let's go back to the original scenario. Say we're sticking with the 20% down with the $9,500 a month. So with all of this in mind, my total annual income is going to be $2,407, which is not bad, but that's where everyone stops. And this is not the full story. So you really, in your underwriting, really want to account for property taxes. About 1.25% of the value of what you bought the property at is what you're going to be paying in property taxes every single year. So that comes out to about $1,700 a month that you need to save just to be able to pay your taxes at the end of the year. Now, operating expenses, another thing that people kind of miss is your operating expenses. I mean, do you want all the plants outside of your building to be dead? Probably not. So you're probably going to want to pay for water and some utilities. You're probably going to want to pay for a gardener and landscaping. You're going to want to pay for trash, for repairs. Things come up all the time. And then you're probably, if you're really smart, you're going to want to have a reserve. A financial reserve. Every month you put $500 aside, act like it's not even there. And then on a rainy day, say on a literal rainy day, say that there's a flood that happens. Now you have a reserve that you can literally tap into. You don't have to go into your own finances, your own money. That is the power of a reserve. So keep that in mind. That's really smart. So the reserve, say you're paying total in operating expenses $1,300 a month, which is low, and I will admit that it's low, but for the sake of this example, let's just say that. So with all of that included, and our original loan amount for $9,500, we are losing now. We are now losing almost $600 a month. $593 a month is how much we are losing every single month. But if we take our second example now, and now he's doing the $600,000 down, and he has a monthly contribution annual contribution of about $100,000 a month that he's paying, that means that he now walks away with $8,000 every single year in net operating income. So after everything is included, we now are making $8,000 a month in our pocket. That is clean. That is what we walk away with every single year. And now you might be saying, I put $600,000 in to make measly $1,000. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. But the power of real estate is not there. The power of real estate is, well, first of all, I get to make money while I hold on an asset class. And second of all, this thing builds equity. In 10 years from now, this $2 million property is gonna easily be $3, $4, maybe even $5 million. You're gonna have so much equity in this that when you sell it, you're gonna make a massive return. So that is the power of real estate, my friends. This is powerful, and this is exactly why this young man wants to do this. He has a vision, he has a goal. And my purpose, my only purpose, is to help him see that vision, see that goal, and empower him with these numbers, with these figures. I get that this may seem a little intimidating, a little scary, like, oh my God, how am I supposed to save $600,000? Don't worry. If there's a will, there's a way. If you want to do it, it will be yours, I promise you. Just have the knowledge that you need for you to be able to do this. This math is so simple. Just go through the steps that we ran through here. Like, the sheet is right here. You can copy it yourself and do it with 1 million properties if you want. This teaches you how to be financially responsible. Use this to your advantage. And if you liked it, then you should watch the luxury video. If you didn't like it, and if you want something specific that you want me to talk about, I'm here. I'm literally here just to serve you guys. That is my purpose. I'm here to empower you with knowledge that you might not have learned when you were in school. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.